So let me start the class. Okay, good afternoon, and try to turn on your video so that I can be able to know that whether you all are attentive in the class or not. Turn on your video, students. Okay. Others to turn on your videos. Okay. So let us start with nutrition and diet. Okay. In the last, I will take PSM theory for now. Okay, PSM theory. So we have completed the hazards, I guess. Okay, industrial hazards. There were three types of industrial hazards: chemical, physical, and biological. So your hazards are over. Okay, environmental hazards and industrial hazards, all these are over. So, Sajarika, you please read out the chemical hazard under the industrial hazard. Please read out. Sajarika Deb Burma. Okay, then anybody else? Please read out the chemical hazard under the industrial hazard. The first one is chemical hazard, okay? PSM theory. Take out the unit first and then please read out the chemical hazard. Anyone? KV, you read out.
Chemical hazards are caused by toxic germicides, for example, formaldehyde and sterilizing gases, example, ethylene oxide. Whenever possible, less hazardous agents should be selected, example, alcohol, ammonium, etc. Compound workers should be trained on standard operating instructions, safe work practices, and is a type of occupational hazard caused by exposure to chemicals in workplace. Depending on the chemical, the hazards involved may be varied. Thus, it is important to know and apply PPE, that is personal protection equipment, especially during the lab.
Personal protective equipment, not protection. Protective, TIV, protective.
Protective equipment.
Mm.
And personal protective equipments: gowns, gloves, goggles, head covers, mask, face shields, shoe covers.
Okay, good. So now, Tawyati, you please read out the physical hazards under industrial hazard. Yes, Miss Tawyati.
Sorry, ma'am, I was absent that time, ma'am.
Oh, you are absent. Have
Yes,
you
ma'am.
collected the notes? Please collect the notes, okay, from your friends.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-huh. Then who are there? Srijana, you please read out the physical hazard.
A physical hazard is an agent factor that can cause harm with or without contact. Physical hazards include chemical, biological, environmental, industrial, and industrial hazards.
Are you all able to hear her? Yatu, are you able to hear her?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I think she has some network problem. You read out the physical hazards.
Ma'am, actually, my notes is not complete, so I can't.
Why you didn't complete that day? You are absent or what?
Yes, ma'am. I got from my friends.
Oh, okay. Rich person, rich person. You please read out the physical hazards. Rich person, unmute yourself. Kachuk Deb Burma, you unmute yourself. And read out the physical hazards.
Ma'am, my note was incomplete.
Huh?
Incomplete.
Incomplete.
Yeah, ma'am.
Write as fast as possible. Don't
Okay,
keep
ma'am.
it incomplete. Later you will forget to write. All of you. Yeah, two and everyone. Kajal, you read out the physical hazard. Kajal Kumari.
A physical hazard is an agent factor that can cause harm with contact. Physical hazards include radiation, noise hazard, heat and cold, stress, UV light, X-ray, etc. Physical hazards are a common source of injuries in many industries. They are perhaps unavoidable in certain industries such as construction and mining.
After that,
Uh, Biological hazard.
no. Construction and mining. It's not over. Construction and mining, comma, but over time. You haven't written or what, all of you? KV, you have written those lines after construction and mining?
No, ma'am, only till construction and mining.
Is it? Okay. Construction and mining. Okay, biological hazards. Dynasty, read out the biological hazard. Dynasty de Burma.
I was absent on that day.
Absent.
Yeah.
Moichong Buchem. Moichong, do you have? Sakani Dabiang, you read out the biological hazards.
Biological hazards are also known as biohazard, refer to biological substances that pose a threat to the health of a living organism. The biohazard symbol was developed in 1966 by Chol, an environmental health engineer working for the Dow Chemical Company. Company's source of biological hazard may include bacteria, insect, animal, birds, plant, in human, etc. This resource can cause a variety
These resources,
of health.
These sources can cause, not resources, these sources, SOURCES.
These
Continue,
sources
Sakani.
These sources can cause a variety of health effects ranging from skin irritation and allergy to infection. Example, AIDS, cancer,
No. Health
tuberculosis.
effects ranging from skin irritation and allergies to infection. And allergies, ALLERGIES, and allergies to infections. And in bracket, example, tuberculosis, comma, AIDS, comma, cancer, and so on. Example, tuberculosis, AIDS, cancer, and so on. Full stop. Okay, so this was all about your acha. Cancer and so on. Now, after that, change the paragraph and write down some examples of biological hazards are. Some examples of biological hazards are Change the paragraph and write down some examples of biological hazards are, put a dash and write down number 1, small 1, mold and fungi, mold, M-O-L-D, mold and fungi, F-U-N-G-I, mold and fungi. Number 2, blood and body fluids, blood, B-L-O-O-D, blood and body fluids. Body fluids can be in the form of any kind of discharge, semen, okay, anything. Blood and body fluids. Number 3, airborne pathogens, airborne, A-I-R-R-B-O-R-N-E, airborne pathogens, P-A-T-H-O-G-E-N-S, airborne pathogens such as common cold, airborne pathogens such as common cold. Such as common cold. Okay. Srijana is there? No. Okay. So, KV, you please give me the attendance, okay? And morning, whatever attendance that you all have given, I won't consider it anymore because I had some network issues. I thought that I won't be taking class today, but I have somehow managed, and then I'm taking your class. So without class, I can't give you those attendance, okay? Only whoever are present now at this time, you all are present, not all those people who have given me in WhatsApp group, okay? So KV, you please write down for our section B, and for section A, Yatu Likha can also write. You are from section A, no, Yatu?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, those from section A, you please write down. Okay, Srijana, you write down Srijana's name. Okay, KV, because she was there, but maybe because of some network problem, she is no more now. Maybe she has some problem. So all this we can excuse them. Okay, because they are regular for class, and I know them personally. Even you all, whoever are coming to class, I know you all personally, who is to come and who doesn't come. So some students are there without even attending a single class, they give their attendance. So that is not good. So you all are taking that hard work, okay? You all are coming, you all are also having network issues, but you all are coming and taking the classes. So that is proper justice. So I'll give attendance to only to you all, and all those WhatsApp people, whoever have given me the attendance in the morning time, I won't be accepting those. Write down nutrition and diet. Nutrition, it's under the same unit, but the topic is completely different. Nutrition and diet. Nutrition and diet. So write down nutrition. Write down nutrition. Nutrition is the science. Nutrition is the science. Nutrition is a science that interprets the interaction. That interprets the interaction. That interprets the interaction of nutrients. Interaction of nutrients. N-U-T-R-I-E-N-T-S. That interprets the interaction of nutrients and other substances in food, F-O-O-D, food, in food, in relation to food, in relation to food, in relation to maintenance, in relation to maintenance, M-A-I-N-T-E-N-A-N-C, maintenance, comma, growth, G-R-O-W-T-H, growth, comma, reproduction, R-E-P-R-O-D-U-C-T-I-O-N, reproduction, comma, assimilation, A-S-S-I-M-I-L-A-T-I-O-N, assimilation, comma, biosynthesis, biosynthesis, B-I-O-S-Y-N-T-H-E-S-I-S, biosynthesis, comma, catabolism, catabolism, C-A-T-A, catabolism, B-O-L-I-S-M, catabolism. Okay, what is catabolism? Please don't talk. Whoever is unmute, please mute yourself. Catabolism means what? It is the breakdown of large molecules into smaller units. Okay, the large food items that you consume, okay, it is then converted into smaller units. Okay, so that is catabolism. Then change the paragraph and write the diet of an organism. The diet of an organism. The diet of an organism is what it eats. The diet of an organism is what it eats. E-A-T-S. Is what it eats, comma, which is largely determined by the availability and which is largely determined by the availability. A-V-A-I-L-A-B-I-L-I-T-Y, availability and palatability of foods. Availability and palatability. P-A-L-A-T-A-B-I-L-I-T-Y, palatability of foods. F-O-O-D-S, of food. Full stop. Change the paragraph and write, nutrients are organic and inorganic complexes. Nutrients are organic and inorganic complexes. Nutrients are organic and inorganic complexes. C-O-M-P-L-E-X-E-S. Organic and inorganic complexes contained in food. Contained in food. F-O-O-D. Contained in food. Full stop. There are about 50 different nutrients. There are about 50 different nutrients. 50 different nutrients which are normally supplied through the foods we eat. Which are normally supplied through the food we eat. Which are normally supplied through the foods we eat. So whatever food we consume, okay, at least 50 to 60% of nutrients are present in the food that we consume. Okay, that is why we need everything for food. Vitamins, minerals, proteins, fats, carbohydrates, everything is essential. Okay, for a healthy body growth, for maintenance, for reproduction, which you have written. Okay, everything is required for your body, not just proteins and carbohydrates and you won't take fats. It can't be in that way. Everything is equally important because whatever you consume, that is what makes you healthy. Okay, full stop. Okay, after that you write, each nutrient has specific functions in the body. Each nutrient has specific function in the body. Each nutrient has specific function in the body. Each nutrient has specific function in the body. Full stop. Most natural foods contain, most natural foods contain more than one nutrient. More than one nutrients. Full stop. This may be divided into number one, macronutrients. Number one, macro. M-A-C-R-O, macro. Macronutrients. Macronutrients means the food that we need in large amount, okay? Macronutrients. Put a dash and write. These are proteins. These are proteins. Proteins. These are proteins, comma, fats, F-A-T-S, fats. These are proteins, comma, fats. These are proteins, comma, fats, and carbohydrates. Proteins, comma, fats, and carbohydrates. carbohydrates, carbohydrates. These are proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, which are often called OFCN, which are often called open inverted commas, and write down proximate principles. Close the inverted comma. In between inverted commas, you write down proximate principles. Proximate. P-R-O-X-I-M-A-T. Proximate principles. P-R-I-N-C-I-P-L-E-S. Proximate principles. Because please mute yourself. Whoever audio is unmute, you please mute yourself. Because they form the main bulk of food. Because they form the main bulk of food. Full stop. In the Indian dietary,
because they form
the main bulk of food. Main bulk, B-U-L-K. Because they form the main bulk of food. Full stop. In the Indian dietary, comma, they contribute to the total energy intake in the following proportions. They contribute to the total energy intake in the following proportions. Small a, below you write small a and write proteins, P-R-O-T-I-N-S, proteins. Put a dash and write proteins, put a dash and write down 7 to 15%. 7 to 15%. Proteins, put a dash and write down 7 to 15%. Number B, fats, F-A-T-S, fats. Fats, put a dash and write down 10 to 30%. 10 to 30%. 10 to 30%. Number C, carbohydrates. Number C, carbohydrates. Write down 65 to 80%. 65 to 80%. Carbohydrates, 65 to 80%. So in macronutrients, what you see, macro means whatever we consume in large amount, okay? Like your proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. These three are the three most important macronutrients, okay? And we Indians, okay, in the Indian diet, these three things are always present, okay? So number 2, you write micronutrients. Number 2 is micronutrients. Number 2 is micronutrients. M-I-C-R-O, micronutrients. N-U-T-R-I-E-N-T-S. Micronutrients, put a dash. These are vitamins and minerals. Micro mane, what is micro? Micro means we need these things in smaller amount. Okay, then the macro. Macro mein, what you will get? Proteins, fats, carbohydrates. But in micro, you will get vitamins and minerals. These two things. These are vitamins and minerals, full stop. They are called micronutrients. They are called micronutrients. They are called micronutrients because BCAUSC, because they are required in small amounts. Because they are required in small amounts. These are vitamins and minerals, full stop. They are called micronutrients because they are required in small amounts, which may vary from VARY, which may vary from a fraction of milligram to several grams. From a fraction of a milligram to several grams. GRAMS, grams.
Ma'am, repeat again.
So micronutrients, okay, these are vitamins and minerals, full stop. They are called micronutrients because they are required in small amounts, which may vary from a fraction of milligram to several grams, full stop. So in micronutrients, okay, you will get proteins and, in micronutrients, you will get vitamins and minerals. And these are called as micronutrients. Why? Because they are present and we need them, but in smaller amounts. Okay, our body requirement is very less for these two things. Whereas in macronutrients, you get proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, which are required in larger proportion. Okay, like for proteins, it's 7 to 15%. In fats, it's 10 to 30. And in carbohydrates, it's 65 to 80%. Okay. Okay. You do one thing, all of you. You please join the class again. Okay, I will end this meeting here. You all join again. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.